today I'm going to be sharing with you guys me growing pineapples in bucket for the very first time. So growing pineapple in bucket for the very first time, and then growing pineapple as a whole for the very first time. Um, so a few things I learned about pineapple is that you can grow pineapples from the head of the pineapple whenever you buy pineapple. That's how you grow pineapples. Number one, then you put them in a vase of water, and this took about a month plus. Okay, so when you see it in those videos when they're just showing you it rooting, it doesn't root as fast as, let's say, basil or tomatoes. No, this takes about a month. So this was outside in daylight for about a month plus. Here is the second one that I have, and this is what the roots look like right there. Okay, for over a month, that's what that looks like. Let me show you the other one. And yeah, and to get this, once you get the pineapple, it's gonna be like really big. The head, you have to keep peeling, peeling it, peeling it until it comes to this level like so, and you have this base, big amount of base. Then you put it in the jar and allow it. Change out the water as often as you can. Every day is ideal, but we live in an world full of other things, reality. So change this as often as you have. You can leave it in the sunlight, and in about a month you're gonna get roots. All right. So the other thing I've learned is, let me start this process. First of all, you want to make holes in your bucket to make sure your bucket is a grade that is good for growing, you know, food in it, and then just make holes in it. Hmm. All right. I think I got a standard for this one. I'm gonna make. I'm making about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna make 12 holes. Hope you guys can hear me. Awesome. I'm gonna make about 12 holes here. Welcome for those who are coming in. Today we are growing pineapples in bucket for the very first. I see. Sorry for the break. It's frozen. Is it frozen? I gotta come back again. Can you guys see me? If you guys can see me, please let me know. Hey Portia. Hi, how are you? Alrighty. So today we're growing pineapples in the bucket. I'm just gonna start over again. And right now I'm just making holes in the bucket. Um, it's my first time doing it, so I don't have necessarily like experience doing pineapple. I'm gonna make about 12 holes because the holes I'm making are tiny. They're not this. If you were to make your own, I think this one side has more holes than the other, but it's fine. If you were to make your own holes, you can use a bigger one to make holes in it. Otherwise, if you use a small one, just make sure you have more holes. All right. So the next thing I'm gonna, for those who are just joining, I spoke briefly about pineapple and how to get pineapples. You get them from the top of the pineapple that you buy in the store or wherever you buy your pineapple. You peel off the body until you get something like this, and then you put it in a glass of jar and change out the water as often as you can. Ideally every day. And in about a month, you're gonna get roots like so. All right. Yes, it's not as fast as other plants. That takes about a week or thereabout. This takes about a month to form roots. All right. So you gotta be very, very patient. All right. So next thing I'm gonna do now is put in the soil. And for that, I'm gonna get my scissors and my gloves. All right. So based on my research, pineapples need a soil that drains water fast. So somewhat like a cactus, palm, and citrus kind of soil. That's what I read. And then also it would need some manure and compost and stuff like that. So my intention right now is to put um this right here called Miracle Grow cactus, palm, and citrus soil. That's what I'm going to be using to grow my pineapple. And if anybody has any suggestion, please do drop it. Typically, if you want to save on soil, the amount of soil you use, you want to put some like log of wood at the bottom, making sure, of course, it doesn't cover the whole. And then also, secondly, you can put like leaves and stuff like that. Okay. All right. Let's get going because I only have what about 6 more minutes thereabout. Get to it. I was thinking of using like one casting for this, but then again, I have fish emulsion at home, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use what I have. I don't want to buy any more things in the house. So once this has sat in here for about a week, I'm gonna add some fish emulsion to the soil. Now, if you watch my previous video, what I'll typically do is put some water in here so I can get a feel for what truly is the what's it called, amount of soil I need in a bucket. Because what happens is that when you just use the soil like that and you fill it up, you think it's full all the way, but it's really not full all the way because there's air between the soil, the soil particle. So putting in the water helps you kind of like gauge, like, is it really topped up as much as it should be? And today I'm in a hurry, so as much as I would have loved to do that, I'm not sure I will be able to. But I'm out of time to get to that. But let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. Okay, I'm gonna see what I can do. All right. So before I bought my solar, I measured how many soil I would, how many, so how much soil I needed for my project. So I got me 2 bags for this to fill this container, one for each bag. So I'm sure once I put that water, I can guarantee you that the remaining that I poured in there will be the amounts that I needed to fill up the bag completely. All right. I don't know where you guys are joining from, but it's blazing hot over here where I am streaming. I'm based in Maryland here, and it's hot, 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 hot. Really hot. All right. See, when I did the shuffle right there, see, came down. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna add some water. Let me see how many more. Okay, we got some time. All right. Let me go get some water, just a little bit water, and I'll be right back. When I got it back, yeah, back, guys. I'll be right back. While it would have been technically great if I did this outside. If you guys are in this area, it's hot, hot, super hot over here. Like the water right now is like boiling water, essentially. It's crazy. Let me see what I can do with what I just pasted in here. Yeah. Okay. So of course, water didn't go all the way inside, so you can't really. Yeah. Spend some time to dig to let some like it's be saturated with water. You see what I'm saying? You can see that it's already gone down a little bit, right? So I'm gonna just top it up a little bit more and just call it a day from here. Okay. But I said, I gotta go. Oh no. I gotta clean the stand for that one now. Let me sit down. It's again by massaging the water into the bucket. Oh, this water is leaking. Okay. Because I don't really grow cactus, whatever soil. So I'm like, I'm gonna have some extra soil to keep. But no big deal, no big deal. I'll just keep it in case I venture into something interesting next year. Who knows? Who knows? All right. All right. Let me close this thing because it's hot. All right. Good. Let's get to it. Sit down and massage. So what I'm doing right now is just massaging the water into the soil. After which I'm gonna dip the pineapple. And a pineapple, I think, takes, I don't know how many years, but definitely not something I'm going to get like a harvest like tomatoes or pepper within the same year. Um, so the beauty, the other good reason of planting in a bucket, especially if you live in a region where you have winter, is that in the winter you can take them inside and give them grow lights and stuff like that. So that's the plan for this pineapple. Ooh, that in the winter I'm going to be housing them indoors. Okay. Okay, so now that we're done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and um basically plant this in. Okay, so I'm just using my hands and just pushing like so, and I'll bury all of this downwards like so. All right, and this is about a 5 gallon bucket, by the way. See how it took about a month for that thing to grow? So you can imagine how long it's gonna take for it to actually eventually bear fruits, right? Oh my goodness. All right, there we go. Da, 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 da. There we go. There we go. I expected this soil to be a little bit sandy, but it doesn't look sandy to me. Okay, so now to pour the water. Okay, and that's pretty much it, guys. That's it. So thank you guys for hanging with me while I transplanted my first ever pineapple, and we're gonna see how it grows. I'm never gonna pay too much mind to if anything's happening within weeks, because I feel like with pineapple you're gonna see results in months. So probably in a month from now, well, this is July 1st, maybe August 1st, or maybe even in the fall, I'm sharing an update of the pineapple. Alrighty, thank you for watching. Bye.